Indeed. Oh, that was fast. All right. I look down, I'm getting everything prepared, and there's already people with beanie hats. Hey, I appreciate that. Appreciate that. I forgot my hat, or else I would have brought my own. That's fantastic. So if you saw me sneak out of the last event, my apologies. I wanted to make sure I got here, and it was on time. It worked. I wanted to show off and present on my iPad. It doesn't want to display right now, so we're going to do this computer that opens like this, and I don't know what it's called. What's it called? These computers do this. This is not obvious, not universal. This laptop. God damn it, see? Motorola Razr. That's what it is. That's old school. Okay, so I think it's 10:20. I appreciate everybody for coming, and I think we'll get started. I wanted to first welcome you, thank you. I heard that there's, if you came from the prompt engineering's presentation, I thought it was fantastic. I had to sneak off a little bit early. My apologies if you saw me in the front and all that. Wanted to make sure that I'm here for this presentation. But whatever you've heard over there, wonderful. We won't use any of it. We're going to have a discussion. We're going to have a different kind of a discussion maybe that you've had before. We're not going to discuss about local AIs and local LLMs sitting in the corner. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you guys are like, I don't understand. I'm in the cloud. I'll be like, I got a solution for you. A little laptop in the board underneath Jennifer's desk. That's the future, baby, right? So if you've seen me presentations about that, this is nothing. So if you didn't get any of those jokes, don't worry about it. One day you will. I tend to repeat a lot of the presentations. My name is Damian Montero. Now, I am obsessed over seeing how you present. What's the right way to present? What's the right thing to do? Don't present like this. Don't look down. You know what I mean? Don't memorize everything. Just do it off the cuff and all that. And one of the things they said is, don't just sit down there and tell them, today we will be learning about RAG. My name is Damian Montero. I have 45 years of, and I'm boring. You got to get them excited about it. I think I already did. But if not, this tecnologia, sorry. These are Papa, right? The Papa named himself. Everybody knows this. Apparently this is not a common thing. When these guys get elected, they go and they choose themselves what they want to be named. So it's a personal choice, right? So, you know what I mean? Like, I know we're not supposed to discuss it, but, one day he's Bob, tomorrow he's Leo, and nobody questions it, and everybody's okay getting his new name, right? Thank goodness he didn't use pronouns. Okay, so this guy said in Italian that he chose the word Leo because the last Leo 13th, he's 14th, was there for the most important revolution, the Industrial Revolution. And he's there for the next revolution, AI. The Pope named himself because of AI. It's important. So, missed my cue there. Hold on a second. Right? All right. Got a little bit off and all that. All right. Yeah, all right. You know it, Papa Americano. All right. That's very good. Oh, I'm sorry. That's my ringtone, all that. Hello? Yeah? What? What do you mean the 90s is calling back? They want their phone back. No. I'm in an AI talk. I tell them about the future. They're not going to believe me if I'm talking to you on this phone. Okay? Gotta go. Bye. Okay. I'm not stupid. I have a BlackBerry like all of you guys. Don't joke. God damn it, so rude here. I'm going to help you guys go in there and all that. So, for those of you who see me present, you know my humor. For those of you that what's the saying? For those of you that don't know me, I am a highly coveted senior developer at Microsoft in AI with all the knowledge in the world. I give to kids at the hospital and I do all the things. So people that know me, shut up. So Man, these presentations are all that. I got a surprise for you. You can tell. I'm an immigrant. It's about time that word became not so negative, because it's become a little negative right now. You can tell from the pictures, I used to speak a different language. I went to Italian accent, sorry. I had, normally I speak like this. As you can tell, I'm from the same place as some of your favorite people. If this is triggering you, don't worry. I come from the same country as Ted Cruz. I come from Canada. I have a beautiful Latin American wife, but that's why. What else did you not know about me? Right? First of all, let's figure out, okay, what do we do when we want to look at someone? I'm an old man. I go to Google. Bunch of pictures, text, random people. All right, what's going on? That's not enough. I'm modern. I'm young like you people. I go to YouTube. That's got to have something. There's some presentations. There's this guy talking at the BlackBerry event. They have a channel. It is a channel called Crackberry. It's at the release this for the BlackBerry, right? I was there, baby. I was there. This was, I think, a year ago, 2 years ago, 12 years ago. Fuck. Shit. All right. All right. I'm going to look myself up on TikTok. I was going to do that, and I tried it, and for some reason, it's a bunch of naked ladies that when I click on search, I don't know what happened. Let's not go there. That's fine. It's obvious. Oh, you know. The future's not TikTok. The future's not Google. Nobody Googles anymore, even though they're worth like $10 trillion and they make money every single. No, they don't Google anymore. You've been told this. Without using the internet, there's hallucinations on the internet. Tell me more about Damian Montero. It's in every single page on Google. I mean, I'm on YouTube. It's I cheated. So it does know about me. I think I squinted and all that. So look again, but only in your resources. Don't use the internet. All right.
It has resources other than the internet?
That's right, it does. Did you ever, maybe if one of you are old enough like me to remember this thing called Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Right? You guys got this? Okay. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, he carries around a little device there. I don't know if you realized it. If you run AI locally, you have that device. You have every single thing up to a certain date that was in the internet in there. They ingest everything. And most of the time, they start not really getting all the details. They might have some things about it. It's doing tremendously well. I made the mistake of using the wrong ChatGPT because it's doing it pretty well. But, well, it knows me very well. It's shown me pretty much that I'm wrong. I was going to show you something. All right, what did he have for breakfast? Do that, smart guy. Right? Don't have access. No. Use the internet, silly boy. Right?
Check the video cameras.
That's right. That's even better. Know that. So it's like, you're like, make it a persona. I am my persona. So it's not figuring out. Why is it not figuring out? You know what I had for breakfast. You were there.
Yeah, I saw.
And no offense, you're not as smart as ChatGPT. Maybe. So what can we do to solve this? And this is a stupid example, right, where I'm going to tell you, like, what we're going to solve right now is Damian's breakfast. Because it should be out there. It is. There's several websites to talk about it. Right? That's not a joke. It's actually true. On purpose for this demo. So what can we do? Well, that's what RAG comes in. If we go back to our presentation, RAG. This is the worst acronym ever other than SQL. Retrieval augmented generation. There you go. That's what it does. I speak 3 languages. I don't know what that means. Right? Oh, it retrieves. And then it augments, and then it generates. What does it generate? What does it augment? It's the way we do this is what it's going to do is AI goes into its repositories, into its Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy based of the whole internet together. It's that smart kid that read every book in every library, in every place, in every website ever. You can ask questions, but it doesn't know specifics. I mean, it knows specifics if you're very specific, but sometimes you just want a conversation. You want a conversation with this chatbot that tells you, I don't want you to know who the 5th king or the pope, why was he named. I want you to know the conversation about my company's details. I want you to become the customer service expert. You're like, we just start prompt engineering. Become the customer service expert for this company and know all the, it's not going to do a good job because it doesn't quite have all the information. In fact, there's some information there that might be private and you might want to keep it private. That kind of information, you want the conversation to happen. You want it to go and find something about yourself. But what it's going to do is become an unbelievably focused AI. It knows the pronouns of he if the website is about a he, right? It knows the pronouns about sales means your sales. It might have sales for the last 20 years, so it doesn't know if you mean the sales this month, but it can guess those things, and it's going to do different things like that. And that's what I think hasn't been shown enough. And maybe you've heard about this, maybe you've seen it, but like I've talked to some of you when we walked up and walked in here, and you're like, no, Damian, don't worry, honey. That's how they talk to me. That's apparently my pronoun today. This is something I know. You're like, great, have you ever done it? No. Well, then what do you know? Oh, no, I drag and drop something into the chat, and then it happens. You're like, great, how does that happen? Aren't you a programmer? Don't you want to know? Yep, there's one more seat. There's 3 more seats over here. For you too. You're good there? I love it, fantastic. So the basics, and I'll go into that. The user is really you, the prompt. Well, the user is doing the prompt. This arrow, just ignore for 1 second. It's going to go into a vector database. Everybody know what a vector database is? Right? Right, perfect. So what is it? What are we talking about with a vector database?
You ask me?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's like a floating point, multi-dimensional, relationship of strings into floats, something like that.
I see you're not a PM, but a developer. You described it perfectly, but I have no clue what you said. That is exactly right. That is exactly what it is. It is exactly right. And it is only text in one area and then floating point value. Absolutely, 100%. But what is it? Can you guys figure out? Tell me.
Isn't it just a 3-dimensional array?
No, it's a multi-dimensional array, but it's not just 3. But it's for the context of this, it's a way to go and say you want to only have an LLM that says you ask me these questions related to your database of stuff, whatever that stuff is. Here's the things that are more relevant of that. So it's kind of a dumb, but kind of a very specific AI. Think of it like that. Not really, that's the embedding that's doing this. But what I mean by that is you can shove all the information in a vector database. It starts connecting things. That's the multi-dimensional things. It says that he and she and it and are together. It says that cat and dogs are together over here, while tiger is in the same area as animal, but it's not a pet. So when you think of pet, think of these things, although that can be a possibility. That's where this kind of magic happens. And that's kind of a lot of the things of the AI, and it's the vector database. There is a vector database, that is the model, but in this situation, it's a very tiny version where I'd say it, listen, this is what the user wants. Out of all these things, do you have some words here that you recognize? It's talking about sales, I know sales, and the vector database says, here's the sales stuff I know. I don't know anything about else. He's talking about, last month. I don't know what last month means, but I know sales because that's it's a hint of what we're going to do, I know what that is. So vector database, we grab information using the embedding model. Yes, the word model here means the same thing as LLM, but it's not an LLM model, it's an embedding model, a little bit different. It creates a vector database in every one of these examples. And then, once the user makes a request, it goes through the sort of the reverse of the embedding model. It sort of pulls out the information and then puts it together and then adds into the system prompt and adds to your prompt invisibly all this data. And the prompt then goes, okay, I understand that I'm not going to go look for my resources. I'll look for it if I need to. Like, what does the word today or this month mean? I know that. You don't know that. But you gave me data. I'm going to give you as little hallucination as I can because it's specifically this data I'm looking at. Now, because data is data, like any data analytics one of you, it's going to be difficult sometimes for it to figure out. But it's pretty good with 10000 and 1,0000 and $100,000,000, and all those things look exactly the same to us as humans. They're ridiculously different to a computer, but the LMs are pretty good at figuring that out sometimes. So that's what we're going to do. That's it. Thank you very much. See you next time. Oh, wait. You want code. I get it. This is a developer thing. So let's go then. Damian.rocks. You want to follow me? Go ahead and go to Damian.rocks, because he does. Here you're going to find my repo. Okay? Everybody got there?
Yes.
Great. Thank you. So there are two options at this moment. If you feel comfortable, if you have UV, if you have Python, we're going to go in Python. I know. Me and this gentleman work all day on .NET. What am I doing? Python. WTF. What has this conference become? It's a Python developer conference. It's just because it's a little bit easier to read and we don't have to find the details about it. You will find bugs. Don't tell me, I feel bad about it already. But what we're going to do is we're going to quickly kind of figure out what's going on. This is not a Python specific thing. It's a every language specific thing. In fact, we'll be going to be using LangChain, which is available in both TypeScript, JavaScript, and Python. So I could have rewrote everything in JavaScript, be exactly the same. I would choose a different library, right? I would use, I think it's called, oh my God, I'm blanking out what it's called in .NET and all that. So, but semantic kernel. That's the one. You can do AutoGen, but I chose semantic kernel. I didn't code this. I have other repos with them and all that. If you're interested, we can talk about it. Okay. So in this one, there's two options. And some of you already did it. You clone it, you put it in your computer, make sure UV is installed because you're a UV fanboy, or at least install the requirements. I don't get time for that. Some of you have laptops and iPads in here. That was supposed to be what I presented on. Didn't work. I want you to go over here. Make sure you're logged in. So if you don't have a GitHub account, please go ahead and sign up. If you're logged in, if something appears in the top right corner, if the same picture appears in the right corner, what are you doing? That's my picture. What's going on here? What are we doing wrong? Click on code. Click on code spaces. Not a Microsoft sponsored event, I promise you. And I'm going to go click on create code spaces. You're welcome to use your own if you have everything set up and all that, but we're going to do something in my code spaces. This will let us code. And this, I had to memorize this, so even on this iPad, that's amazing. This is not coming iPad, it's a laptop now. It sucks, that whole line's gone. So what's going to happen is a couple different things. You're going to notice this is now Visual Studio Code online, okay? And we're going to live here, and you're going to notice the README shows up here. It's going to start installing things. We're going to stop this, I would suggest. It's going to take a little bit of time, so I'll do that with you. On the right-hand side, you will see a new terminal. Yeah, it's a good looking guy. All right. On the right-hand side, the second you see a new terminal, you can just close it. What it's doing is what we're about to do much, much easier. And I'll emphasize when it gets to that. I'm going to click on this and click on the little trash can. We don't need that. We're beyond that. What does this repo do? This repo has the slides. So if you go to the README in the slides and you're interested in what I have in the slides, I don't have them too much. I'll have one more link that you might be interested in. But you'll see the slides at the very top. You'll see the programs we'll go through. And you'll see what I suggest that we do first. Let's do what it suggests. So you can either type it or you can kind of click here twice and then you'll be able to copy it. If you're on a computer, I think you can just copy it without typing it. And paste it on here. Allow to paste. Okay. Don't paste it twice.
What's this?
That'd be stupid. What's that?
No.
All I did is install UV. UV is a package manager. It makes things loading a lot faster. And again, you don't have to keep this. You can do this on your own. You're welcome to pip install the requirements. It is in there. If you're a Conda expert, you have the environments.yaml file. YAML? YAML? I think it's YAML. It's in there. Whatever you prefer, you can do. Because really what I want to do is talk about the code. Now, if you're not a Python person, don't worry about it. We'll run through the code together, and we'll discuss what's going on there. To sort of grease the wheels and showcase something that I want to make it easier, I have a little program in here called, I'm sorry, if you haven't done it already, you're just, that line that I did, I have it in a batch file. Oh, this is tiny. Is that a little better? How about people in the back? How about people in the front that forgot their glasses? Everybody see it? Perfect. Oh, you have glasses. Did I forget my glasses? I forgot my glasses. Oh my God. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. I can't see shit. All right. Yeah. I did twice and all that. So you can see the little burn marks right here. They're a little too much. You know what I mean? So I did get LASIK. Yeah. So if you want, you can install it. And I want you to go ahead and go start.sh on the command line at the very bottom. Once you've installed UV, go ahead and run that. If you get any kind of error, so that's going to run something, and so this is the reason why we wanted UV. See that? Would have been 5 minutes with pip install, right? I don't understand why. Like the answer is, oh, we used Rust. What the hell does Rust do that these guys don't do in pip install? Whatever they're doing, do it, right? There's a lot more, but it creates the information, and in a couple of seconds, it will start the program. You now, if you have your own computer, will have a pop-up for that open up a browser. So here, just go to, if you're just showing up, Damian.rocks. You'll be at the same place we are. Okay. Oh, I didn't do it too fast enough. If you did, oh my God, I lost it. Let's do it again. You have a pop-up. When you have that pop-up, click on that pop-up, and page comes up. This is not part of the presentation, but I wanted to get this out of the way. In here, I'm going to use a language, or please excuse me, a library called Streamlit. This is magic. Streamlit library will have about, you'll see the code in just a second, I would say maybe 15 lines. We made a full website, beautiful CSS. It is actually dynamic. It's pulling from sampleapis.com. Whoever did that, genius. Used all over the place. Don't need to fancy, but gets about 13 million hits a month. Doing okay. So this is just a list of coffees. You're like, Damian, this was an AI talk. Well, thanks for the reminder. I appreciate that. But what I wanted to do is show you that with this kind of information that, you can go ahead and if you go to hot, you go to cappuccino, press enter, you're going to get only the cappuccino, sorry for the large images. Trying to showcase something about that, so let's go back about that. Let's look at it together. Why is it so impressive? I'm going to open up the source. Go ahead and follow me. We're going to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're at 1 right now. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to click on this one. We can install these Python extensions, but that's just up to you. Getting back. This is it. This couple of lines made a whole website that had the whole API, showcased it, ran it, and did a bunch of different things for us. Did TSS, did HTML, did hosting, did all those lines. This is why I'm using it. Because I wanted to get through the monotony of creating a web server, setting it up, be able to show you, maybe there's a back and forth, maybe you can't copy and paste. I want you to see a website. A little bit more splashy and a little bit fancy and all that. So, okay? This is all I'm addressing here. But let's get to the meat of the potatoes of this. over here, there's a basic LLM. And there, let's go ahead and go through it. Right now, I'm going to be using Google AI Bot. I need an API. For this example, we'll find the API here. If you go ahead and go to the .streamlit at the very top, you see a find of secrets. I'm going to go and follow the instructions. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go ahead and create key. By the way, I just realized that kind of last minute. If you don't have a Google Cloud account, I was trying to make it easy because I know everybody didn't have an OpenAI account, and I already made a mistake. So we'll see if we can solve this. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead, create a new one. I'm going to choose anything at all. All I'm doing is creating an API key and getting one in there. We're going to look for it in a second. Were you fast enough to copy that? No? Let's fix that. Come follow me. Damian.rocks secret. Oops. You now have my key. I want this to move along a little faster. So go ahead and copy that, damian.com/secret. Oh, I don't have a zoom in installed in here. And this will give you the secrets that will copy it over. Oops, keep on thinking this is an app. So I'm going to paste that. You're going to paste and overwrite everything in this file. Or if you have your own, you're going to go ahead and just copy it there. This lets us play and evolve the project. Yes, Damian.rocks/secret. Single secret, yes. You thought I could hack Google Damian.rocks.secrets, get this file, All right, we have that there. Everybody has the file? Yes. So everybody downloaded it, installed it. Okay, perfect. Let's try to get it. Does it look good? All right. So now that we see that, let's go ahead and have a conversation about this code. Before you run anything, I suggest going through it. It's going to do some basic things here. It's going to set the title and the page, and you don't have to know Streamlit to understand what's doing it. It's making a web page. It's going to put those things at the very top. There's going to be a conversation. It's going to load, essentially. There's going to be history. Don't worry about that. Really, what we're going to see here is, although this looks a lot, it's 44 lines, and you'll see a very sophisticated LLM chat you've already run, and you can right now run on your computer and do whatever you want, and we'll add to this in a minute. Okay? Don't worry about it. We have the code for the other ones. How do we run this? It's a little bit long, so just bear with me. UV. Run, that's the same thing as the word Python, UV run. Streamlit, that's stream, everybody can see that. LIT, run, and then we say which one of the projects. We are working on basic LM, and it sits on the source directory. So we're going to tell that src/basic, and we can cheat and press tab. Apparently we can't. Oh, yes, thank you. Appreciate that. Didn't need to check on LLM or AI for that. I'm going to start it, and when the pop-up comes up, I'm going to catch it. And it's a little bit of time. We have a full AI chatbot, right? 44 lines, nice and easy. You now have it. By the way, my apologies. I should have asked you to fork this so that you can use it on your own repo and be able to save any changes you want. So you can make those changes, and we can talk about that doing that. You can save those, and then you can do that yourself. What was the question? What did he have for breakfast? This is the interface that we have, and this is why we wanted to use Streamlit. Right? Because we're doing a lot of coding, we have to explain certain things, you've been information. So, wonderful. It's fantastic. Oh, he. Oh my God. Pronouns fucking shit. What did, all this culture revolution. What did Damian Montero, the very manly man, have for breakfast? God damn it. It's just like, Oh, I understand. Damian Montero. Oh, man. Oh, however, Damian, not widely known. What the hell? Not widely known figure. Not like famous. Hello? I like 50 people here. What the hell? So fucking rude. Showcasing, of course, other than my silliness, the fact that AIs don't know specifics. They know generics. So let's fix that. If we look at the second one, it is very similar, but you'll see that it starts with setting the page description. I have this variable. This variable is just a text file. This is just a showcase of what's going on. And you can do this. You might say, no, I have everything I want, and I have it in just a big long paragraph, and really that's all I want to discuss. I want to have a conversation, and I'm going to copy and paste the whole chat conversation I had with this client, and I want to have conversations with that chat. In other words, I want to have conversation with my past I want to use that extra bigger memory that eventually we will attach to ourselves, right? Like these Blackberries, all these modern new technologies and all that. So you can see what's going on in there. We've added it, and now this would normally be two different things, but we've kind of put it together using the embeddings model. This is loading the model, essentially like loading your LLM, but this is the embeddings. We create that vector store we talked about with the embeddings. We say, hey, this is the document. All right now it is text. And we're going to go ahead and do the rest the same. So we're going to have the same interface to Google AI. This is the AI I've chosen. We're going to have the same thing, but this time we're going to tell AI a little bit more about me through text. Oops. Open up the terminal again. I think I have too many. UV, run, that's the equivalent to Python. Streamlit, run, that's what we need. And then the file, source/3. Thank you for those who thought about it before you even said it. Rag to text. Open the browser. Wait. Wow. It's exactly the same thing. There's a little bit of text in there. What's going on? What did he have for breakfast? We have, yay! Thank you. We've reached Mark level intelligence. We've achieved what this gentleman knew from the beginning without me. 20 minutes ago, he knew the answer. You now know the answer too. We are all equal now. One day. So this I could stop at, right? But I'm a developer. I like to give you more. I actually don't know when this. Do you know when we have 11:10, right? We got time. Let's do more. I'm gonna switch back. Stop it.
So let me interrupt you.
Yeah.
So here I am, a company, and let's say I have company-specific information. For example, I'm a company that has certain sales numbers.
Right.
I don't want my competitors to know.
Excellent.
I have certain suppliers. I have certain prices. Right. I don't want to put that out on the web for any AI tool to know, because then it's available to everybody. So I need a private LLM. I need a private.
So we're going a little bit off from thing, and I'll talk a little bit about it. What you would do, what Mark's asking essentially is the right question, which is, most of the time you want to do this, and we're going to do in a minute, and I forgot to add this list, we're going to do all of these, including what you probably would do in your situation, have a basic RAB with a database, where those sales things would have there. Now, you've added something to the puzzle, which is that you want to be private. And we heard, if you were in the presentation with Hans, that to do private, there's different kind of options. So one of the things that we do with the government is we have our own private AI that's not available to the internet. It isn't just a computer under someone's desk, although you can do someone's computer stack or have it locally. But what you want to do is you're sort of having to connect, whether it's private or not, and whether you don't want to share it with a private, is a different conversation. So let's go with that conversation just a little bit a while.
Okay, but that's not make it too tricky. Like, instead of a database,
Yeah.
let's just, like what you were saying, it's a couple of text files, it's a bunch of web pages.
Well, we're gonna and that's well. Don't give it away. So we're gonna go into those things. That's why I showcased this, and let's do it so we can see that conversation. In the code, you will see that we have a conversation where I'm showing you the basic LLM. I'm showing you right now the RAG text. We're about to do a PDF. And what I did that for you is so you can do it with your own PDF. One of the things in the title of the description is bring your content. So if you happen to have a PDF or quickly can download one. If you don't, there's a PDF it's sort of lying there. It's I think it's monitor manual. Monitor my monitor's manual, and you can have a conversation with it. Not that exciting, but let's do that. I'm going to press up. Very exciting. I like that. Even better. I'm always okay with disagreements. Just got to prove it. Why is it exciting?
So, Damian?
Yes.
Just a quick question.
Yes.
Most of the APIs now have tool calls where it's built in. You don't need to do
Absolutely.
all of it. So,
It's not so much that, well, you have to understand, us as developers, the magic behind the curtain is all done by developers. So these things that are magic are only magic because someone did it. So what you're talking about is agentic tool calling or
well, like check completion in OpenAI allows you to call, to use tools for reading PDFs and text files, and there's about, 40 different file types that it reads.
So
it's kind of built
the agentic revolution was started with a different name, and that different name is called RAG. So with the agentic, there is with the tooling version of it, because there's the persona agentic. I don't know if you guys realize it. In AI, we talk about agentic, and we're like, oh yeah. We're one persona, where you have, oh, I am the manager, and it connects to, oh, I am the developer, and then we connect to, that's agentic. Yeah, that's right. And then we have tooling. Oh, that's agentic. And I'm like, those are not, the vector database tells me those are not related, just with the word agentic. So what you're talking about is tool calling. The first tool we ever did was this. RAG is very old. Very old. It's like 2 years old, right? but we are doing something very similar, but with agentic, there's other things to it, and we can talk about the difference, but it's a little bit out of scope in this conversation. Go ahead.
So with OpenAI, it's like created a feature where you can provide data.
Yes.
Is that basically just RAG embedded?
So there's two, because you can make an agentic in the persona, so you can be like this and all that, and then it also, yes, anything where if you pressed on the little clipboard and you've attached something, whether it's a JSON file, a PDF file, which is mostly the image, oh, make my picture of me smaller, you were doing RAG. You were not doing agentic, right? So that button should be called the RAG button. That's just what it's called. Now, there are ways, now what you're talking about, where the data, the LM can go and say, hey, I know that this tool exists. You want me to use this tool? And there's an interaction. You don't see it. There's an interaction with your client, and it says yes, and it does a different thing with that tool, right? And the biggest one is where it searches the internet, or what is today's weather? No matter how smart AI ever gets, it can never tell you what today's weather, because it always programs worst case scenario an hour ago. Best case scenario, I'm sorry. So it can tell you yesterday's weather with absolute certainty. Today's weather is an absolute hallucination. But it can only tool call with that. This is different. Now, if we were to import the whole week's weather and a forecast of the future, now the AI has a source that doesn't need to go out to the internet, doesn't need to reach out to the internet, doesn't need to reach out to a tool. It has us as that tool. And this is a little bit going out of scope, but it's at less cost because it's a one-way call. Tooling is two ways, and I can go more into detail personally, not right now and all that. But there is a difference. But Tal, you're right; it's very, very close and all that. The chatbot is not that interesting with the PDFs. You could load it here. You can click in the browse. You'll see that you're able to do it. I don't even know. Do I have a? I do. Look at that. It's almost as if I was prepared. Let's see. I make almost as much as Mark. What's my tax rate? Now it's having a conversation with that. It's just a silly list of tax amounts and all that. So obviously he's going to give me some funny little question about it, and he said, give me more detail. But if I were to tell them make 100,000, it would do a guess at what's going on in here. Fascinating. You're like, I could Google that, Damian. You're right. But, you could do much more with these things. So let's get to this much more. Let's go to the next one. In the next one is my favorite one. So let's go ahead and go to number 4. Yep. Well, let's skip it. We did number 4. I'm sorry. Number 5. This one's good. Because this one, you're going to spend the rest of the day with. The rest of the presentation, don't worry about it. It was hilarious because you have not and will not hear it because you're going to be stuck here. HTTPS, put any website you want, and you can have a conversation with the website. Don't put a big website. It will try to go to every single page on that website as if you're Google. Let's see what happens, right? You tell me what happens in a couple 200 years. Website downloaded successfully. What did he have for breakfast? This was funny the first time I did it. Second time, fifth time, not too interesting. It's a bagel with cream cheese. Wow. Amazing.
Is that on your website?
You tell me. It is. How many hackathons did he win? Nobody wants to know this. It's just a silly little, oh, look at that. It's like 6. Oh, I didn't update. There's a 7th one that we won with, where was it? Whoop. Peter, where? I just saw you. Yeah, oh, there you go. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. That man over there. So he knows there's a 7th one in there and all that. So again, the conversation, all it's happening here, we're okay with time, is, and the last one, I'll do it quickly, number 6, so we can have some questions about it. What number 6 is, and I meant to update it and I didn't, I have a little script in here to give you the idea. It imports a script, it creates it in SQLite. And if you don't know what SQLite is, it's magic. It essentially puts a file on your desktop and you having a full SQL database with full connections, but there's no server. Just a file that quickly loads up and all that. Give me a second. In this one, I've just imported top players as far as number of hits in baseball. You Americans like the baseball? This is very good. Very, very good to me. Very good. So, UV, let me go up there. Oh, that's good. That's all right. 6-rag db. Wait for it to open. Catch it. And now, who hit the most balls? I believe that's how sports people talk, right? I'm a developer. I know how sports people talk. I've Googled it. Oh, look, it's Pete Rose. Oh, my God, it almost came political. Some of you are about to shout at something and all that. So, all right, this is what it does. Now, you had some questions about it. You had some questions.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, good morning, good morning. Yeah, so,
I was just gonna ask, so does it does it actually scan the entire website, including the metadata and the whole page? Or?
No, it does. There is some, and they're magic, by the way. They sound silly, but there are some services that convert your website and kind of strip it down. Think of it more like the content.
Because I tried using some sites I built,
Yeah.
and it said I can't get any context from it.
Because it's looking for certain patterns and certain things and all that. So we can look at what's going on. And, by the way, it's LangChain. So LangChain, oh my God, what are they called? Oh, damn it. All right. Rag sources. Yeah, that's not. So I'm using a library called LangChain. I don't have it. I get retrievers. Yes. Go ahead.
Quick question. So a lot of these will do like web scraping, but will not execute the JavaScript on the page.
Correct.
So you're not.
That's what he said. Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
No. You're right. So say it out loud.
Okay, so a lot of times when they script a web page, you're actually scraping what a human would not see. Because
Right.
what a human sees is after the JavaScript is executed, and it gives you a lot different situation. And
Absolutely.
I have yet to find Beautiful Soup and the different libraries
Yeah.
do not execute the JavaScript.
Right. Absolutely.
And so you're not really getting, and a lot of websites are trying to do that on purpose. Like if you want to find the current fixed value, good luck, because, you know, they're doing tricks.
100%. They obfuscate. Yes.
When it comes to PDF with images and tables, structures, I think
Yeah. So PDFs are infamous. Please excuse me. I've had 20 years worth of PDF trying to read here. What we and it's very similar to it's almost the same concept. You will see a row that looks like this with 15 columns and 5 rows, and then you'll be like wonderful. And then when you look at the PDF, it's 3 fucking sections that they CSS div together, and you're like, what the hell? And so you have a huge thing that you're saying that is absolutely right. There are some related also to that, some unbelievable libraries that try to do almost the same thing, where they're letting the PDF all like align itself, and then they're trying to read what's going on there. ChatGPT is spectacular with those things. No, give me a second. He had his question up first. Go ahead.
So if you like want to like create primary embeddings,
Yes.
just like narrowing things down from the get go, and
Yes.
then you want to do like sub embeddings with like file inputs and stuff.
Yes.
What would it prioritize first, the primary or the secondary?
It wouldn't. Everything's going to be together. So it's going to be, if you're putting it into the same vector database, the vector database, each time you do an input, figures out where it's going on, just like a regular database that indexes everything out there. So you have to, your prompt would have to figure out what's going on in there, right? So does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
So with SQL, if you have a database with maybe 100 tables that
Yeah.
are all interrelated,
Yes,
it's
yes,
a lot
yes.
more complex than this one.
Yes.
And you ask it, what were the sales for fiscal year 2023?
Right.
How does it know how to do that, or do you have to give it some kind of hints, or
You
give
do.
it stored
You
procedures?
I hit the magic in there, but you're exactly right. I selected what's going on. I essentially almost
Oh,
converted
you
it to a
embed the
text.
SQL, okay.
This isn't, there are plenty of drivers that will understand. If your database is structured right, like if the sales are connected to the customers and there's a relation, they're connected to the items, like what did the customer buy based on the sale. If you have structured it well, there are libraries that bring it in. This is, kind of a conversational starter, but.
But it can look at the schema and see the relationships and maybe do
Depending on
some
the
things.
library, and then LangChain
Yeah.
Retriever doesn't have a good one, but there are ones that specifically do that. We do that all the time, that. Absolutely. It's super important, absolutely. Yes?
So pretty much, can AI only like web scrape with like websites that are rendered on the server?
So this particular retriever does, and there might be some options in there, right? So there should be, I'm not sure which retriever I'm using from the LangChain library, but there should be ones that can do it where it tries to figure out. It's
It's
a
easier
lot of
than web server.
Yeah. You can do yourself. You can right click, inspect, and then kind of like pretend to step away from you as the creator of this, or with you and all knowledge, and go and say, I'm going to search for this. For example, at the last tech event near me, this gentleman over there won for being at the tech event near me. You were there too, I know. But I created a little AI bot that screen scraped all of LinkedIn, went to the events, people that signed up to be there. If they had a public profile, sorry if you did, because I downloaded your picture, and all of a sudden when you walked in front of the TV, I don't know if you saw it, it would detect you and make a joke about the title and all that. Business friendly dad joke, never insulting, and because if I'm going to do demo, it's got to be on me. It has to be funny. Not that stupid demo. Yes.
About database.
Yeah.
Database you have for the players, like how big is it? Because,
It's three entries.
okay.
It's just demo. It's just demo.
I asked a question, like what's the worst of them?
Yes.
And I don't know if it is like
Stuck?
the language is not proper, but it's saying like the best one is this one. So I don't know if like do you need to program those like
The famous saying is, it's an LLM, a large language model, not a large numerical model. It sucks at math. So it has a bad time and all that. Now, what you can do is there are ways to augment that. They didn't mean to make a relation to that, but there's ways to change that and all that. Are you the next speaker? All right.
No, I don't believe so.
I think we're I'm going to stick around as long as there's a next speaker, or you want to stick around. Please continue the questions, but it's officially the end of the time, but I'm here. Let's continue,
Thank you.
Thank you. fork this repo whenever you get code that is slightly interesting now, will be incredibly interesting later, and you want to have that on you're welcome to do it. It's never going to come out away from mine, right? But the domain will go somewhere else. The domain comes with me with every presentation I make. Oh, talking about that, if you're interested, we have a group. It has a stupid name. You maybe have been to it, AI Skills Fest. We're going to change the name. But right now, you can go there and sign up to a newsletter. We promise to only send you an email if there's an event that we'll be running or it's AI related. You're welcome to go there right now and try. AI Skills Fest.
No space.
No space. Thank you. All right. That's it. You are free to go or free to ask. Go ahead.
Nice presentation.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
I learned so much.
That's good. That's good. Thank you. Let's see if it caught me. I forgot to move my microphone and all that, so let's see.